Okay, everybody, so the error code that the system was throwing, as I said, is E276 and E228. So I checked a few things first. I think it's important when you have these issues to check a few things first. The first thing was to check to make sure that the filter is okay. One thing I usually do, just a quick tip, I normally write the date that I change the filter, and I keep a pen here. I just change it, so every time you come in, you know when you put it in, how long it's lasted and stuff like that. And then it is running now, but the issue was, so this right here is the pressure switch. So you can see these tubes that go in and out. But anyway, long story short, this was the issue. The problem with mine was basically this tube right here, which connects to the flue, the tube that goes out, right? Apparently some water had collected in here. So right here, that goes in through the, let me bring the light so you can see right there, this tube. Some water had collected in here, and it wasn't even much. It was, I would say 2 tablespoons of water had collected, and apparently it was blocking. There's a little tube that this fixes on. This goes onto that tube, and because of that water that had collected, it was basically blocking the system. It wasn't allowing a good pressure calibration. So when you turn it on, or when the thermostat calls for heat, the system will run its initial checks, and when it does, in fact, it follows this chart. If you haven't seen it before, but it follows this chart. The first 15 seconds it would do pre-purge, and then 20 seconds it would do igniter, warm up, and stuff like that. Okay, so what I did is I pulled this out. And by the way, everything I'm saying, you want to make sure you turn the switch off before you do that. So I pulled this out, and the water basically came off. Okay, when I let it down, the water, all of it just drained out. But I still went ahead and blew some air through it to make sure there was no obstruction in on this side as well. I held this to my lips and blew air into it, basically. And then I also got a piece of straw, and then used the straw to blow air into that little tube that goes into that chamber. Okay, I kind of don't want to repeat the process, but I did that. I kicked it on, the error went away, and it's been working fine. So remember, the error code E228. This was the problem for me. What I just described was the problem, and it's working fine. It's everything is fine now. So hopefully, if you have an error code like that, this is the way to solve it. At least do that first. You could have a faulty switch that needs to be replaced. That could be your problem. But you want to make sure that you've done this, because you don't want to pay somebody $200 just to come open this drain and drain it out and blow air in it and blow another air on the other side, and then charge you $300, right? You can do that. Make sure you do that first, and if that's not the problem, then obviously it could be a faulty pressure switch, and that means that needs to be changed or something like that. But hopefully this helped you in any way. All right, have a great day. God bless. Peace out.